Okay, so this is the walkthrough video for the syllabus for multivariate calculus and linear algebra for 23-24. Um, the biggest thing here is that this is a living document. Um, the idea is that we are housing this thing in Schoology. If anything updates in this, I will update it by first sending you an email that will tell you what the update is, and then I'll highlight it in this document as to what the where the most recent updates are. Um, this is the rules of the road for my class, and we'll kind of go from there. It starts off with a course overview, which is not anything that you need to read today because it's not going to make a whole lot of sense until you take like this course. So, this is kind of like the goal of the course, but we'll get into how does this play out a little bit later on. Our course meets block B. My free periods are C and E. If you need to get a hold of me outside of class, the best thing to do is to let me know you're trying to get a hold of me, like email, talk to me in the hall, something, because I'm not always where you think I might be. I teach courses both in Marshall Offutt and in the art building. As the math chair, I'm in the middle school sometimes, I'm in the lower school sometimes. I move around this campus quite a bit, and I'm not always where people think I should be or where they want me to be. So, nailing down where I am at a particular time is probably a really good idea so that you're not like chasing me all over campus. Um, okay, these are the course objectives. Again, not anything that's gonna make a whole lot of sense right now. But that's a typo. We'll fix that. Ha. Um, and this should be multipliers. So there we go. Fixed those. Living document. Updated in real time here. All right, so those are the course objectives. Those are like things that we're going to study in this course. But at the end of the day, a lot of that language isn't going to make sense until you're deep into the course. Things that you need for my class. There is no textbook, so I'll be providing for you everything and anything that you need for this course. Every day you need to bring a pencil, you need a TI-84 graphing calculator, and you need your laptop. We're going to pretty heavily use some computational stuff on the computer, so you want that every day because we're going to be playing with MATLAB, and you're going to want that. Um, this is the basic overview of the course as far as what's happening when. If anything, this is the part of the syllabus that is most likely to change as we move forward because calendars just don't seem to work constantly like the way we want them to. The first 4 units of the course, 1 through 4, are based on multivariate calculus. The last 4 units there, 5 through 8, are on linear algebra, and then there are additional topics that we take on if we have time at the end of the year, maybe a week or so there before everybody vanishes for ISB. Okay, the part of the syllabus that is probably most important to you is how do you get a final grade? Your final grade is the average of your 2 semester grades, right? So 2 semesters, we add them, divide by 2. Each semester grade has 2 parts, 80% from the course grade, 20% from your exam. And then the course grade has 2 parts, 90% from the summatives and 10% from formatives, which could be like quizzes or classwork or stuff like that. Um, However, there's a caveat here because this is a predominantly or probably exclusively senior course. Seniors don't take a second semester exam, so the second semester grade will come 100% from your course grade because there's no exam. So just be aware of that as we're working through semester 2. In the world of essay quam modere, be and not to seem. We're all about you actually understanding multivariate calculus and linear algebra. And we're gonna fix that because we've made a change in the course title. All right. Said living document, multivariate calculus and linear algebra. So one should be someone who knows these things as opposed to someone who sees. There is no extra credit. This is a senior level course, so you will be given the option to retake any 2 summative assessments during the school year. Retakes must be done within 1 cycle of the day in which the assessment is returned. You should notify me of your intention to retest via email within 1 day of the assessment getting returned. Retest scores are averaged with the test score. So it's not a replacement, it's an average. Keep in mind that assessments are graded on your ability to understand the content, but also we're tracking things like perseverance, critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and curiosity. So these are things that I will comment on during the report cards reporting. Those are the things that when I build a comment, I'm building on perseverance, critical thinking, we call it creativity, collaboration, and curiosity. On the report card, there are also sliders for your work habits, right? So this is engagement, attention to detail, your organization, your self-advocacy, and your timely completion of work. So remember, you'll be getting feedback on those things on your report cards. Okay, so this is the attendance policy according to the handbook. I pulled out the relevant pieces of this. This is a high-level senior course for people who are like on their way to college and university. I don't anticipate having issues with attendance. If you need to know where the line is, read this. But the basic idea is show up, do your work, and if you're not showing up, let's make arrangements to get stuff made up. But make sure that if you're not showing up, there's a legitimate reason why you're not showing up. If we get down the road of, having to adjudicate something, these are the rules of the road. I don't anticipate ever having to deal with this. Academic honesty. We live in a world where we want people to be aware of their sense of intellectual property, their own and others. Cheating is bad, right? Copying is cheating. Cheating is bad. Don't take credit for somebody else's work as your own. The academic honesty policy is pretty clear here. One thing that I want to make a caveat about is the difference between collaboration and cheating. In my mind, collaboration looks like this. It is 2 students working together using like a single sheet of paper or a whiteboard or something like that, where they work something out together and then afterward they destroy the sheet of paper, erase the whiteboard, and then they go and produce their own work on their own paper. That looks like collaboration. Cheating looks like one student did a whole bunch of work on their paper and another student decided to make a copy of that. That's not collaboration. That's actually taking credit for somebody else's work that is not your own, and that has serious consequences. So please be aware of the difference between those two. Again, I hope that this is never an issue in my class, but if it is, here's what the handbook has to say about that. The cell phone policy is in my class as it is everywhere else, off and away during class. Ultimately, I don't want to be the cell phone police. I don't tend to have big issues with this in my classroom. If you are doom scrolling instead of doing linear algebra, I may come over to you and ask you to redirect you toward the work at hand. If it does become an issue, then I will enforce this, and this is how it gets enforced. But I would assume that we can be seniors on our way to college and be mindful of how to use cell phones properly in class. Um, so, be aware of that. So this is like the overhaul of the syllabus. Again, it's a working document. If we need to make changes, we will. Um, this course is about you learning how to do upper level mathematics, not about me and my ego. If there is something that is not working for you or something that I'm not doing that needs to happen so that this works for you, let's have a conversation. Let's make adjustments and let's make this work so that you can actually learn what we're trying to get through in this course. Otherwise, let's have a great year and we'll get started. Thank you.